Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope everybody's okay. So we're gonna uh, be here in this way today to continue with the class. And page 64, please, from your student's book. Page 64 is unit number 6. The last class, because Antonio asked me about last classes, we started with page 62. There was a little like test or survey about what you like, you don't like. So you can answer that. It's about vocabulary, okay? And we also did 63, page 63. We check a photo story, and then we check some of the language. They have some vocabulary with mind. Okay, it was all with mind. So you can check that out in order to keep up with the with the class today. So the grammar we have is future past, future in the past. Sorry, you have some information in your book. You have a little information about that explanation. And what is that? What is future in the past? So let's see. Like simple future, future in the past has two different forms in English: would and was going to. In English is was o were going to. El iba a hacer esto, iba a hacer aquello. Okay. Future in the past, because lo iba a hacer, pero no lo hice, se fue al pasado. Although the two forms can sometimes be interchangeably, they often express two meanings. So let's look at the structure. Would plus verb. I knew you would help him. I knew you would not help him. Okay, I knew. At the beginning, we have an expression here, okay? In your book, in the middle, there is an explanation with would, and they have another phrases to start, like she thought, we always believed, they said, okay? So there can be different phrases to start that. So there is then another form, was and were going to. Okay, I knew you were going to the party. I knew you were not going to the party. I knew. So, how is this working in the timeline? We have the past, the present, and the future. So you see how is how is this how is this happening? So it says future in the past is used to express the idea in the past you would thought something would happen in the future. It does not matter if you are correct or not. Future in the past follows some basic rules as simple future. Would is used to volunteer or promise, and was going to is used to plan. As we know, going to for plans. So, moreover, both forms can be used to make predictions about the future. Okay, so still talking about the future. Let's see the examples. I told you he was going to come to the party. This is a plan. I told you he was going to come to the party. He was going to come. I knew Julie would make dinner. Voluntary action. Jane said Sam was going to bring his sister with him, but he came alone. A plan. I had a feeling that the vacation was going to be a disaster. This is a prediction. He promised he would send a postcard from Egypt. A promise, okay? So you see the examples. How is this working? So the structure, the grammar is with was and were, and you know the rules for was and were, and the going to, and the would as well. Okay, so in your book, going back to your book on page 64, It says, express and ask about past intentions and plans. A change with was, were going to, plus a base form. I was going to get married, but I didn't. Was she going to take care? Was she going to take care of the course? They were going to study, but they didn't. Were you going to study with Dr. Mellon? When you're going to study law? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Where were they going to work? In Kuala Lumpur. Who was going to teach this class? My sister was. Okay, so expressing intentions and plans that changed. Okay, they change. So for practice, for the exercise, we have write what each person said he or she was going to do. Okay, so they have intentions, like the example says, I'm going to stop smoking. He said he was going to what? Stop smoking. Okay, he said he would stop smoking. That is the other way with would. Okay, again, he said he was going to stop smoking, or he said he would stop smoking. So think about 2, 3, and 4. It's a grammar practice. Write down the answers. So pause the video now, stop the video now to work on that, and I will give you the answers. Okay, so the answers are: number 2, I'm going to apply to law school. She said she was going to apply to law school. Or she said she would apply to law school. Number 3, I'm going to find a husband. She said she was going to find a husband. She said she would find a husband. Number 4, I'm going to marry Sylvia. He said he was going to marry Sylvia. He said he would marry Sylvia. Okay, so that is about the grammar practice and this very simple, as I can say, sentences. Okay, so let's move on to page number 65. We have vocabulary, reasons for changing plans. This is read and listen, then listen and repeat. I don't have listenings yet, well, at this point of the video, but if you see them posted tomorrow, or Saturday, sorry, you can do it. You can start working on your listening parts. Okay, so there is a vocabulary section, and they have a lot of images, so you can work on that. I wanted to be a rock star, but my taste has changed. I was going to be an artist, but it's hard to make a living as an artist. I thought I would be a lawyer, but I didn't pass the exam. I wanted to become a firefighter, but my family talked me out of it. I was going to marry George, but I changed my mind. Okay, so more phrases like the ones from the other activity. In part B, vocabulary grammar practice, please complete using would and a reason from the vocabulary. Okay, so in this part you have to use the would from the grammar, the way you just checked, and the reason. So work on that. There are 4 sentences. Pause the video again, stop it, because I'm gonna give you the answers for the exercise B. So the answers are, they can be different. Okay, this is my option, and this is something that I have. If you have something different, that you did different sentence, that's okay. Don't worry, that's okay. So number 1, Laura thought she would be a doctor, but she changed her mind. Number 2, I thought I would become an astronaut. Sorry for that. I thought I would become an astronaut, but I didn't pass the exam. Number 3, we were sure Bill and Estelia would get a divorce, but their families talked them out of it. Number 4, Joe always believed he would become a writer, but it's hard to make a living as a writer. So that's the answers for that. And we have C, it's a listening, as I told you with the listening, okay? If you see that post on Classroom, you can start working on the listenings too. And you can answer that. So complete the activity from 65. Explain and change intentions of plans. So there is something about your life, studies, and career. So you can do that. And let's continue with the other topic. Perfect models. Okay, perfect models on page 66. And also remember that in Classroom you have extra grammar topics, grammar points, sorry. That is extra help. If you still have questions, you can go and check them out. It's just to help you. It's an extra explanation for you and for the topics, okay? So let's look at the book on your explanation. We have some models, but different. So let's see. Use perfect models to express feelings and beliefs about past actions and events. Regrets or judgments. Should have plus past participle. I should have studied, but unfortunately I didn't. Possibility. May have, might have. Ability or possibility. Could have. Be careful with the past participle, okay? So they have that structure there. Certainty, would have, past participle. Conclusion, must have, past participle. So this case, the activity on grammar A help you a lot. It helps you a lot because it's giving you like the clue. It could be one or the other on the activity A in blue. So that is helping a lot, okay? So think about the answer. You have to read very careful. This is about meaning. So each one of the models has a meaning. So if you just use them because you like that, that is not going to work, okay? So stop the video again and check exercise A, please. So the answers. Number 1, must have been. Number 2, should have studied. Would have been. Number 3, might have been. Number 4, should not have bought. Number 5, should not have broken up. Number 6, may have decided. Okay, so those were the answers for exercise A on the grammar sections from page 66. And you have a paired work on part B. Provide 3 possible reasons for each statement. Use may, might have, could have for follow the example. On Classroom, I'm gonna open an assignment with evidence, okay? So this is something that you have to post there on the evidence section, please. And you can take a photo, you can do it on your book here. You can take a photo if you want and post it as an evidence there. So let's move on with page 67. More pronunciation, more the pronunciation of should. Remember, should is not pronounce the O, so it's should, may have, okay, could have. So be careful with the pronunciation. And let's move on. 68, more listening. I'm gonna be posting the listening so you can do that, okay? And you have a reading part on page 70. So start working on that too. You can do that. And you have some things to answer on 71. I'm gonna go to the answers in a minute in the next video.